Good day. Here I am in another canning chore. I'm gonna try to can dry beans using the soak method, but I'm going to soak them in the jars already. I'm using this brush. This is a good brush to clean the cans, the jars. I'm gonna start saying that this is not an approved method and to do your own research, and I'm gonna say it a couple of times during this video. I'm being sure that all the jars, the lids, and the rings are washed, clean, washed, and perfect so I can start the canning process. I'm going to can different kinds of beans separately, and I'm also gonna do a mix. I'm gonna can my favorite, which is the small red ones, and others. The idea is that I'm going to use about 1/4 of each one of the jars with the beans and soak them during the night with a little bit of lemon juice to facilitate the digestion after. Sorry about the noise. It was Christmas and it was one of those marathons for Christmas movies. Remember that we are going to wash them, then I'm going to put them in the jars. I just want to see how much I have of this ones. It's too much for jars, so my idea is to use at least, I don't know, 1/4 of it. On this one, I'm going to mix the black beans with the black eyed peas, and for salad and for soups. So I'm trying to mix them, get the jars in about 1/2 cup of each one. Be sure that there are no rocks or those really bad beans that sometimes are in the bags. Then using the fennel, I'm going to be sure that each one of the jars has enough beans to soak during the night. Again, I'm going to put a little bit of lemon juice on each one of them and water and soak them during the night. So it's been 12 hours and I started already switching the water on the chickpeas, and I'm going to do the same for all the others. Fill them to 1-inch headspace. Put 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then put the lids and rings into it, and then in the canner it goes. Start rinsing each one of the jars in there for the red beans. Now I'm going to do the same with each one of them and replace that water with what, not cold, but temperature, room temperature water, and the beans that was in each one of the jars. You will notice that some of them will grow more than the others. Then just balance this and don't allow them to be too full, because then they will siphon. I will finish them and we'll come back. I am debuggling all of them. Then check that it has 1 inch airspace. If not, add a little bit of water. Cleaning the rim with a paper towel that has vinegar on it. And then hand tie it. I'm gonna do this with everything and put them in the pot. The canner is full. Just missing one jar in here. And I'm going to get the vinegar to the bottom. Align the 2 arrows in there and close it. Everything is at room temperature. So this is going to take a minute until it gets hot and starts losing steam from here. In 10 minutes already that it's venting a lot of steam. So I'm going to put the pressure regulator on top of it and wait until the gauge marks 10 or 11 pounds. Then the time will start. Remember that when you're pressure canning, you always have to be taking care of the canner. You can't just go away and leave it. You always have to be sure that it's keeping temperature, because if not, you have to start over. So time is up. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm not touching the canner. I'm going to turn off the temperature, the stove, and wait until there's no pressure and this is down. So I know that there's no pressure at all and it's safe to open. See you then. Let's open it. Gauge is in 0. We remove the pressure regulator. And starting. They're so beautiful. I'm not sure. Look beautiful. This is the one for the black eyed peas. Thank you. Do you think they were too full? Remember that this is not an approved method, that I'm testing what other people is doing, trying to get as much as I can to the pantry for a challenge of not going to the grocery store just for dairy stuff. So let's see what happens. So it's the next day and I already washed and labeled the beans that I preserved, and I have certain lessons learned. So get the chickpeas. Think next time I'm going to just use barely 1/4 of the can. It is full. It's full, but there's garbanzo beans outside of the water, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work. I think this is the first one that I'm gonna use. Then I made a mixed one, kind of fine. If you see, still almost no liquid in there. These are small red beans. That's good. There's liquid in there. There's enough beans, but and enough liquid. I think I mastered this one, and the black beans too. So haven't used them yet, but at least from what I see, experience in other canning others. The beans look like they're more in their structure is complete. It's not completely mashed, I would say. They will look like all disintegrated. And I like this. I like this. Hopefully this works for me, because the other way did not work. It had too much, it was too much. As I mentioned, it's not an approved method, but there's a lot of people doing it for a long time, and experienced canners, and I decided to try it because the other way it's not working for me. We make beans to serve over rice, and they have to be intact. They can't be just mushy or anything. If it will be just for refried beans, perfect. Or to put in tacos or something, but it's to serve over rice, and having them preserving their integrity is kind of important. Have you heard that, like, you eat with your eyes? Yeah, we do. Food needs to be pretty too, appetizing to our eyes. But I hope that this works for us, and that I'll keep adding stuff to my pantry to be ready. I'm planning to do a challenge. I'll talk to you a little bit when I decide if I'm going to go to that challenge at this moment. But I hope you enjoyed, and if you do your own research and if you decide to try this method, let me know how it worked for you, or if you have tried it before. If it worked for you, I want to know it. I want to experiment a little bit more with it. Till next time. Bye.